There is one truth that many dog owners may have never fully realized. Your dog may be telling you, "With you, I feel safe." But it does not say it with words. It says it by sleeping more deeply, by lying on its back and showing its belly, by letting out a very soft sigh while lying beside you, by following you into every room, and then finally settling down in peace. And the special thing is, when dogs feel safe, they do incredibly small things, but if you understand them, you will see that this is a very deep form of love. Today, I want to tell you about the things dogs often do when they truly feel safe, and maybe, after this video, you will look at your dog in a completely different way. I think this is a very beautiful topic, because many people often ask, how do I know if my dog loves me? How do I know if it is happy? How do I know if it trusts me? But perhaps an even more important question is, how do I know if it feels safe with me? To me, the feeling of safety is the foundation of every relationship, not only with humans but also with animals. A dog only truly reveals itself when it believes it will not be hurt, scolded for no reason, or pushed away when it wants to come close. And when it has that sense of safety, it begins to live very differently. More comfortably, more gently, more sweetly, and more honestly. In this video, I will go through the familiar signs that dogs often show when they feel safe. Some you may see every day without ever noticing, and some are so subtle that only someone who truly pays attention will recognize them. 1. They sleep very deeply when they are near you. One of the clearest signs that a dog feels safe is that it sleeps very deeply. It sounds simple, but this is actually an incredibly powerful sign. Sleeping deeply means letting its guard down. And for animals, letting their guard down is not a small thing. In nature, deep sleep only happens when they trust that their surroundings are not dangerous. If your dog lies next to you and sleeps so deeply that its breathing becomes even, its legs twitch slightly, and its ears are no longer perked up listening to every sound, then that is a huge compliment to you. Many dogs even choose to sleep with their backs turned to their owners. It may sound cold, but it is actually the opposite. Turning its back means it does not need to keep watching you in order to stay alert. It trusts that beside you, it does not need to be on guard. Personally, I think this is one of the most beautiful moments of living with a dog. Not when it is clingy, and not when it rushes to the door in excitement, but when it sleeps peacefully in the same space as you. Because that is when the animal is saying, in the quietest possible way, I trust this place. 2. Lying on its back and showing its belly. Another very well-known behavior is lying on its back and exposing its belly. The belly is a very vulnerable area for dogs. If a dog voluntarily exposes its belly in front of you, it is not only because it wants belly rubs, but also because it trusts that, in that moment, it is not being threatened. This is a cute gesture, but at the same time, it is also very vulnerable. Because exposing the most sensitive part of its body means it is saying, I do not need to defend myself from you. Of course, not every dog that lies on its back wants you to touch its belly. That is also very important. Some dogs are simply relaxing, feeling comfortable, and completely letting go. And what is beautiful here is this, it feels safe enough to do that. I think this is also a reminder for dog owners. Safety is not always about petting, hugging, or constant interaction. Sometimes, safety is allowing your dog to be comfortable in its own way. 3. Sighing and relaxing its body. There is one small sign that many people overlook, a dog's sigh. You have probably heard it before. It lies down beside you, turns a few times, adjusts its position, and then, phew. A very soft sigh. It sounds very ordinary. But in reality, that may be a sign that it is letting go and relaxing. A dog's body, when stressed, is always in a state of readiness. Its shoulders are tense. Its eyes are watchful. Its ears are alert. Its breathing is shorter. But when it feels safe, its whole body begins to soften. It no longer lies there as if it is on duty. It stretches its legs out. It lowers its head. It breathes more slowly. It may even make tiny sounds while sleeping or relaxing. I really love this sign because it feels so genuine. It is not performed to get attention. It is not an outwardly obvious kind of cuteness. It is very ordinary, very quiet, but if you pay attention, you will notice. This is the moment a living being is letting go of its inner vigilance. And honestly, I think all of us would want to become the kind of person who makes another living being feel safe enough to exhale like that. 4. Following you, but no longer in panic. A lot of dogs follow their owners from one room to another.
Alright buddy, ready?
But there are two very different kinds of following. One kind comes from anxiety, clinginess, and fear of being left behind. The other kind comes from enjoying your presence, and once they know you are still there, they can calmly lie down again. That difference is very important. A dog that feels safe will usually still like being near you, but it does not panic if you get up to get some water or step into another room for a while. It may watch you, it may follow you for a bit, and then lie down again. It does not need to control your every movement. It just likes being in the safe zone where you are present. To me, this is a very healthy form of attachment. It does not come from fear. It comes from trust. It is like a child who feels reassured knowing their mother is nearby, even without needing to cling to her every second. A dog that feels safe is the same. It does not necessarily need to be touching you all the time. Just knowing you are there is enough. If your dog quietly follows you and then peacefully lies down somewhere nearby, there is a very good chance that it sees you as an anchor. 5. They dare to turn their backs and close their eyes. This is a very small detail, but I find it incredibly adorable. Dogs that dare to turn their backs to you, or fully close their eyes when they are near you. In the animal world, turning your back means that for a moment, you are no longer monitoring everything behind you. If a dog is still comfortable doing that beside you, it means it does not see you as a threat. Not only that, some dogs will sit beside you and start dozing off. Their heads droop, their eyes grow heavy, and their bodies are almost completely unguarded. That is a very clear form of trust. Many people think dogs only show affection by staring at them, wagging their tails, jumping on them, or licking their faces. But in reality, there are expressions of affection that run much deeper, and are much more peaceful. A dog that feels safe enough not to pay attention to you while relaxing, may actually be showing just how much it trusts you. It sounds a little backwards, but it is true. Because only when it feels safe does it stop needing to constantly check what you are doing. 6. They eat normally and play naturally. A dog that feels safe usually tends to eat more steadily and play more naturally. When stressed, dogs may refuse food, eat very quickly, or stay guarded whenever someone comes near their bowl.
I'm right here.
But once they feel safe enough, they begin eating at a more normal pace, with less defensiveness and less startle response. The same thing happens during play. A dog that feels safe does not just play more, it plays for real.
You're so happy.
It does silly things. It misses its pounce.
You can do it.
It runs in circles for no reason. It brings you a toy and drops it in front of you as if inviting you into its world. In my personal view, play is one of the most beautiful expressions of feeling safe.
Boy, aren't you?
Because no one can truly play when their nerves are constantly stretched tight.
It's safe now.
Dogs are the same.
Hey there, sleepyhead.
If a dog dares to be goofy, joyful, and relaxed in front of you, that is a very good sign.
Out there.
It is not just existing. It is truly living. And I think that is what every dog owner should hope for. Not just a well-behaved dog, but a dog that feels safe enough to be carefree.
So happy.
7. They confidently express their needs. Another very important sign is this. Dogs begin to actively express their needs. If it wants to go outside,
You wanna
it comes
go,
and
buddy?
stands near the door.
Okay, let's go.
If it wants water, it goes to its bowl. If it wants attention, it nudges your hand with its nose. If it wants to play, it brings a toy over.
Look what you found.
If it is sleepy, it goes to find its familiar corner on its own. It sounds ordinary, but in fact this is a sign of feeling secure. When a dog lives in an unsafe environment, it often becomes much more hesitant.
There's nothing to be afraid.
It is not sure whether expressing its needs will be met. It may suppress them, withdraw, or wait in anxiety. But when a dog feels safe, it learns that,
It's alright, sweetie.
I can express my needs here. Here, I will not be ignored or punished for my
Wanna play with
natural
your toy?
signals.
You know
Personally,
something,
I
don't
love this because it makes me think of a healthy
you? Just a
relationship.
moment, let's take it easy.
A healthy relationship is not a place where someone stays silent and endures everything.
What do you need, pup?
It is a place where they feel safe enough to say, I need this. I do not like that. I want to come closer. Right now I want to be left in peace. Even dogs are like that.
Here, sweetie. You're
8.
safe
They come to you when they are scared or tired. This is probably the sign that touches my heart the most. When there is a strange noise, when they are stressed, when they are tired, or when they do not feel well,
It's
they
okay,
come to
you're
you.
safe here.
Not every dog does this in the same obvious way. Some will lie pressed against your feet. Some will rest their head on your knee. Some just need to be in the same room as you and then lie down. But the meaning is very similar. In their mind, you are a shelter. That is something huge. Because when a living being is not okay and still chooses to come to you, it means that in its nervous system, your presence is associated with comfort, protection, and calm. To me, this is a kind of trust that cannot be forced. You cannot make a dog see you as a safe place simply by feeding it or buying it toys. You can only build it through time, consistency, the way you treat it when it is vulnerable, and the way you respond when it is afraid. Moments like that are sacred. Because that is no longer just about keeping a pet. That is the moment a small living being decides. When I am at my worst, I want to be near this person. 9. They reveal their true personality. The final sign, and perhaps the biggest one. When dogs feel safe, their true personality starts to show. Some are incredibly hyperactive.
Good.
Some are very gentle. Some are mischievous enough to steal your slippers and hide them.
You
Some
are
love
such
being
a good
hugged.
Boy.
Some just like lying near you but do not want to be touched too much.
Good boy.
Some love to
Oh,
talk,
there's
to
my
whine,
sweet chatty
grumble,
boy.
and
You're
make
so
all kinds of
happy.
funny little sounds.
Yes, you're the
Before they feel safe, many dogs live only in survival mode. They react more than they express. They stay guarded more than they enjoy.
It's okay.
But once they feel safe enough, the real dog finally begins to appear. And to me, that is the greatest reward of living with a dog. Not teaching it to sit, shake paws, or walk beautifully beside you. But watching it gradually become itself.
It's okay.
That means it is no longer just trying not to be in danger. It begins to see that life has room for joy, curiosity, laziness, silliness, and all of its own unique habits.
You are.
At that point, you no longer just have a dog in your house. You are living with an individual that has personality, emotions, and its own way of loving.
Just resting.
If I had to say the one thing I believe most about living with dogs, it would be this. Dogs do not need a perfect life in order to be happy, but they do need a sense of safety in order to truly bloom. You do not need to become the best owner ever.
Just rest now.
You do not need to do everything right 100% of the time.
Good
You do not
boy.
need a huge house,
What a good
tons of
boy you
toys,
are.
or ideal conditions all the time.
Happy to see me?
But what dogs need, almost every day, is stability.
My sweet boy.
A voice that is not too harsh.
You dropped
Predictable
your ball,
reactions. The feeling that they do not always have to live in fear. The knowledge that when they come close, they will not be pushed away for no reason. I truly believe that the most wonderful thing humans can give dogs is not just food, but a peaceful nervous system they can lean on. And if one day you see your dog stretched out sleeping soundly right beside you, letting out a soft sigh, and then closing its eyes completely, remember this. To your dog, that is not an ordinary moment. That is trust. So if today you look over at your dog and realize it shows a few of these signs. It sleeps deeply beside you, shows its belly, sighs, follows you and then settles down peacefully, or comes to you when it feels uneasy. Then maybe you are doing much better than you think. And truly, that is a very beautiful thing. If you want, leave a comment below sharing one very small habit your dog often does when it is with you. Who knows, maybe that is also its way of saying, I feel safe here.